Michigan football fans, I hope you had a great Saturday night. You enjoyed that victory. You thought about what it meant to get to 10-1, to go into this Ohio State game. Actually, probably ranked, inside the top 5. We'll see what happens in the college football playoff on Tuesday. But I took a look at what you guys were saying on Twitter, in the comments here on YouTube, on Facebook, on the blogs, on TV, on radio, and I've got my Overreaction Sunday. So I've got 5-6 things I want to talk about that I'm seeing a lot of Michigan football fans talking about on the internet coming out of that win over Maryland. But my Twitter is getting spammed and overrun. I don't know why. I have a lot of Ohio State fans who follow me. I talk to my producer, Jeremy Chugs, here to my right. And I have some fun with them, right? I tease them, Ohio State fans. I make jokes. I say things like, hey, Ohio State and Michigan both struggled against Michigan State in the second half. Factually true, no big deal. But I put out a mailbag call for a show we're going to do on Tuesday or Wednesday, Michigan football, Ohio State mailbag. And it's mostly Ohio State fans, right? They are just bombarding me. They've been bombarding us on Twitter in the comments. So, in YouTube in the comments. But I can handle the YouTube stuff. The Twitter one is tougher. So help me out. If you want to unfollow me after the game on Saturday, that's fine. If you're not a Twitter person, hell, if you don't like my tweets, whatever it is. But until then, jump on the bandwagon with me. Get in there. You see somebody talking trash to me on Twitter in my replies, just say, go F yourself. Ohio State sucks. You guys cheat. Whatever you want to say, just help me out because they are winning the Twitter battle right now. If they win the Twitter battle, probably going to win the battle on the field. All right, let's take a look at my overreactions of the Michigan football fan base coming out of that victory against Maryland, heading into this week's game against Ohio State. The number one thing I'm seeing from some rational people that I agree with, even though it didn't really look like it after that Ohio State game against Michigan State, is that Michigan can beat Ohio State on Saturday. Two teams, 10-1. A loss to Oregon for Ohio State, a loss to Michigan State again for Michigan. They were at home. Michigan was on the road for their loss. And Michigan was in control of their loss, where Ohio State was pretty much beat from start to finish by Oregon. But nevertheless, none of that matters going into this game. It's all about who can get the victory, who can have the best game plan, who can show their talent is better than the others. And I'm feeling okay with this guy, right? CADE McNamara had himself a pretty dang good game against Maryland. And I would say the second half of the season, really the last 5-6 games, there's really not many games you can point to where CADE McNamara, gosh, he's brutal. And I actually thought something that Josh Gattis said that they talked about in the broadcast yesterday was interesting, is that CADE McNamara hasn't lost us any games, right? You think about the game that Michigan did lose against Michigan State. He had 383 yards passing, and the bad play was J.J. McCarthy fumbling the ball in the handoff with Blake Corum. So I think that this is a sane take. I think that Michigan can beat Ohio State. I'm going to talk a little bit about what they're going to have to do to get that victory over the Spartans here in a second. But before we do, let's just feel the vibe. All of us just feel the vibe. Beat Ohio State again. They're coming for us in the comments already, okay? It's like I'm at the, what's the show? The White Walkers. I'm at the wall, right? Game of Thrones at the wall. White Walkers are coming. That's Ohio State. We're trying to stop them from taking over us on social media. So go down and type either beat Ohio State again, or if you want to just shorten it, hashtag Bosa. It is our mantra since January of 2020. We're going to keep it rolling here. Go down in the comments, type Bosa. All right. I think this is the year. I feel it. I'm feeling good about this game. A lot of times I'm super nervous going to Ohio State week, even in the years like 2018, 2016, 2006. Hell, even 2011 I was nervous as hell, and Michigan was the overwhelming favorite in that game against a bad transition Ohio State team. I feel it. I think what I saw to Josh Gattis in the offense, the special teams getting a wild trick play, a block punt, the defense, although they gave up, 18 points, they were pretty much in control of the entire game against a bad Maryland team, I'll admit that. But there was no wildly terrible plays or anything you scratch your head about. Hell, they even got that touchdown from DJ Turner. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this game. Can Michigan bring their A game? If you look back to the last 20 years, the biggest difference in the games that were close, I know the last two weren't, the biggest difference in the series in the games that were close was when it came down to it. 2005, 2006, 2012, 16, 18, whatever it was, the games are close. 2017, Ohio State made the plays when they need to be made. Michigan didn't, and that's been the difference. If this one's close, I think this Michigan team can make the plays to get the victory. But I want you guys to know, or I guess I want to know from you guys, I should say. Predict the score of this game. Michigan, Ohio State. We're 6 days away, folks. I want to know how you guys are thinking about this one. The Buckeyes, the Wolverines, the matchup which should be on Tuesday night when they have come up with the college football playoff rankings, live here on Chat Sports, whatever. 2 top 5 teams. Winner goes to the Big Ten title game. Winner of that, of course, you are in the college football playoff. And if you think Michigan can get the win outright, make sure you head over and get going with our sportsbook partner, BetUS, because the deal is going through Saturday. Chatsports.com/GoBlue. Make sure you use that link so they can track you to this promotion. Use the promo code GoBlue for 125% deposit bonus. Put in 100, extra 125. Put in 200, extra 250, and on and up to $500 you can put in to get that 125% deposit bonus. And if you get started before Saturday and you make your bet before the end of the day Saturday, you get a Michigan football Jordan brand jersey from us to you. So when you go with BetUS, sign up, use the link, chatsports.com/GoBlue. Make sure you make a deposit, promo code GoBlue. Then email us here at the office, jersey@chatsports.com. Say, hey, got going with BetUS, made my bet. We'll get some information from you, size, address, your account number, confirm it, and we'll get one shipped off to you just in time for the holidays. You can give it to somebody else you want or have yourself a nice Michigan football jersey for the college football playoff. Number 2, and whew, Ohio State looks great. They looked really great yesterday, and maybe it's me, but I said on a show on Tuesday here, our college football playoff show, I said, hey, this one might be a blowout. Michigan State's passing defense is so bad, it might be like 38-3 at halftime. It was 49-0 at halftime. Tossed up the score. Final score, 56-7. There was a couple touchdowns, one for each team in the second half. Ohio State basically played their backups, their third stringers, all in the second half, but that's one of the more impressive wins I think we've seen in college football in a long, long time, folks. 56-7 for Ohio State. I took a nap this morning. Went and took my son for a little bike ride, etc. Yesterday morning, I'm sorry. Took a little bike ride, came home, blah, blah, blah. Michigan game's not for a few hours. 56-7. I wake up middle of the third quarter. It's like 35-0 already. And look at these stats from CJ Stroud. 32 of 35. 32 of 35. That's insane. He only had 3 incomplete passes, folks. 91% completion rate. 432 yards. He had one series or 2 series maybe in the second half. 6 touchdowns. Only 3 incompletions. I don't even know how that's possible. It's wild to think about. Michigan needs to continue what they're doing in the secondary, but they have got to hit him and hit him hard. And let's hope the weather forecast shakes out a little bit better than it is right now, which looks like it'll be not as cold as I had hoped. It'll be in the mid to high 30s or so. But CJ Stroud had himself a hell of a game. If you guys are interested in Michigan football news, rumors, and instant post-game shows, this is the place, the Michigan Football Report from Chat Sports. Please subscribe to the channel. We are just about 40 subscribers behind the Michigan Podcast for the #1 most subscribed YouTube channel surrounding this program. It's youtube.com/Michigan TV. If you like what we do, you've got a friend who's getting into Michigan, wants to watch some more shows, more content, send them the link. Say subscribe to these guys. Help us continue to grow. Really appreciate all of you who have been along with us for the ride over these last 3 seasons. And let's get this victory together. More vibes out there. Subscribers, get some more good vibes. Look at these Ohio State YouTube channels getting no subscribers right now. Total scrubs. All right, number 3. Future's looking pretty bright. All right. If you think about what J.J. McCarthy did on Saturday, what Andrel Anthony did really was just his one catch. We saw what he was capable against Michigan State. I'm not sure why they're not using him as much anymore. But maybe more importantly are these stats here. Look at these. Donovan Edwards. I know you guys know this, but I just want to show it to you again. The best game in the history of this program from a running back's perspective from when you talk about receiving yards. 10 catches, school record 170 receiving yards for running back, 17 yards per catch, 77 of those coming on his 1 touchdown, a great wheel route, hit and stride, and took it cut back across the grain all the way to the end zone. But J.J. McCarthy, he had a lot of plays. He came in when it counted. And after Michigan blocked a punt, led Michigan on a touchdown drive, had a nice touchdown pass on that one. Also later on in the game, had himself a few plays where he was running the ball and got the ball in the game through the ground. McCarthy and Edwards, folks. A lot of people said that's the next Mike Hart, Chad Henne, 2004 season. Freshman that can lead Michigan to a Big Ten title. Didn't need him this year like they did in 2004 because Cade McNamara's got the job done. 10-1 record. Hassan Haskins, Blake Corum. All right. But wow, what a game by Donovan Edwards. He is a combination of I mean, if you think about who he is as a player, he's kind of like the best attributes of Blake Corum with some of the best attributes of Hassan Haskins mixed in with like a Chris Perry right there. These guys are going to be superstars. I think the biggest challenge for Michigan is to what you do with all these players. I'm not saying CADE McNamara is an all-time NFL quarterback or anything like that, but if he leads you to a 10-1 season, 10-2 if you lose to Ohio State, or hell, 11-1 Big Ten champion, you're going to be tough. It's going to be a tough locker room for you to bench a Big Ten champion quarterback or even a 10-2 quarterback who really did nothing wrong this season for a guy like JJ McCarthy. You're certainly going to have a tough time benching Blake Corum or Hassan Haskins if they come back next year. Hey, Michigan will figure it out. They've done a really good job of mixing those players in, and Edwards, giving him the star of the show in this game, but also mixing in JJ McCarthy throughout the year. That even if McCarthy doesn't start next year, I think they'll get him enough playing time to make him happy should he be the starter in the 2023 season. How about Josh Gattis? I am the president, CEO, chairman, and co-founder of the Josh Gattis is a Bum fan club. But he proved me wrong yesterday, and he's the offensive coordinator of a 10-1 team that's going to be ranked in the top 5 in the country come Tuesday. What kind of stats do we have from this game? Awesome ones. 352 yards passing. You had 4 different quarterbacks complete a pass. You had 9 different receivers catch a ball. You had your star running back really didn't play in the second half, 20 carries, like 80 yards, 2 touchdowns for Hassan Haskins. And then you introduced a weapon into the world of Donovan Edwards that we all thought was going to be a good running back, but just proved to be maybe Michigan's best wide receiver. Hell, I know he's coming out of the backfield at times, but they've done a good job with Edwards of splitting him out from time to time, putting him in motion, and I think they will continue to do that against Ohio State and beyond. Saturday, though, against Ohio State, can make Josh Gattis' career. If he is able to make play calls at the right time to the right players and get a victory against Ohio State, or hell, even if they don't get the victory against Ohio State, but Gattis is the reason they were in the game, maybe it's a shootout, 48-45, he can make his career because his career started real bad, but he's on a nice trajectory right now in this season. Michigan's 10-1, has a chance to be in the college football playoff. If they put it to Ohio State and you take a CADE McNamara-led team and you beat the Buckeyes at home, make the college football playoff, Josh Gattis will start to get serious consideration for what I know he wants, which is a head coaching job. And if he doesn't get one of those head coaching jobs, he possibly will come back in the next season with maybe a little more control over the offense than I think he truly has right now. But great Josh Gattis' performance for me against Maryland on Saturday. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to give him an A-. I thought it was a really good game call planned for him. I thought there were a couple confusing plays, mostly in the first quarter, but if not for a few plays there in the first quarter, I thought he could have been an A+, but I'm giving him an A-. Beat Ohio State again. People say, again? What's the again? I mean, look, Trump did Make America Great Again, and he was saying, it's not great now. I want it to be like it used to be. I want it to be like it used to be for Michigan. Beat Ohio State again. I've had this photo all over social media, all over the show. Toss the photo up there, Jeremy. For the last, 23 months, right? Brought out in January of 2020, 23 months. It's like a coronavirus staple. I had it all this year. Now, Michigan has not lost a game versus Ohio State since I introduced this to the world. Now, you might be saying, well, James, they didn't play last year. I don't care. Didn't get the loss, right? It didn't matter. So I'm feeling good about this. This sign, this picture right here, if they win, I'm giving it all the credit. I can't take any of the credit. It's the graphics wizards at Chat Sports that made this graphic that we'll give the credit for. So go down in the comments, folks. Let's keep it rolling. Type beat Ohio State. Type FOSU. Type OSU sucks. Type Bosa. Whatever you want. Follow me on Twitter. Get going there. Just make this a week you're going to be proud of. Tell your grandkids in 30 years from now, whenever you're going to have grandkids, be like, look, I was part of a movement that took back a 20-year, bad time in the rivalry. Grandson, son, great-grandson, daughter, whoever it is, there used to be a time when Michigan lose to Ohio State every year. We changed it in 2021. I was part of that movement. Be that guy for me, okay? Be that gal for me. Type Bosa. Get going on comment. Every time you see anyone wearing red this week, just yell at them. Just don't use the letters O or S, all right? Except when it's Bosa. Anywhere that you're writing a text, just put an X through it like they do with the Michigan. Make this a week to remember. I'm feeling good. That's my Overreaction Sunday. We will be back on Monday with Michigan football grades. And hey, I'm not traveling for Thanksgiving. I'm not even going to see my family. I'm going to be in here in the studio, in the office, making videos for you every single day. Go Blue.